We have just had some amazing people come on. And so Taneesha, she's part of my Hot Wife Society group. I've had her on, doing one of my confidence coins and covenant conversations. And, she is out here, midwifing babies and birthing visions. So she's out here, doing it in the physical and the spiritual realm of making sure that, we get what we need pushed out into the atmosphere. Yes, and be like, bam, I'm here. Where do I go from there? So, I can't think of a better place to be than to help people, who are, trying to facilitate that thing, because whether you're doing a natural birth or a spiritual birth because of what God has put inside of you, we need assistance with getting that baby out, and so sometimes, we don't realize that as excited as you are about having it, as it gets closer and closer, as you start getting bigger and things change, and as you start, having to make different decisions, it takes a lot. And you need somebody who can guide you through those stages to make sure that, what you birth out is going to be a viable something, and in the natural, of course, a baby, but in the spiritual, whether it is a business or whether it's a book or whether it's whatever, you want to have people who can speak to those things. And so what I love about you is, for one, your spirit, because just as beautiful as you are on the outside, you are just as beautiful on the inside. And so I knew that I wanted to have you to be on here. So I want you to, introduce more to the ladies about what you do, and then you can go ahead and get started.
All right. Awesome. Well, number one, the same thing you said to me, your spirit is just, it's so inspiring. You bring joy and empowerment to women in a beautiful way. And you can tell, and it's sincere. It's so sincere. We meet a lot of people that say a lot of things, but you embody it, and you embody, you celebrate other women. And anyway, you are a blessing. You are a true blessing. And God is using you for such a time as this to bring women together. And actually, that is some of what I'm going to come back and talk about. So I'll tell them a little bit about myself, but
yes.
I want to speak to what we'll get to what God has given me for this and what he's doing through you with this. So I had a little word there for that. So
all right. I love it when they get that word, girl. Let me wait my turn.
Yeah, I'll tell them who I am a little bit more. So my name is Taneesha Douglas. I am a nurse midwife. So as Angela was saying, in the physical, I deliver babies. And so I the word midwife means with women for a lifetime. And so I came to know that I believe that's what God has called me to do, to walk with women. And that is through physically and providing women's health care, and helping them have children through prenatal care and birth. But it's also, as you were saying, spiritually, I came to the understanding that if I am going to walk with women physically, that God has also called me to minister to their spirits, and to walk with them spiritually. And he teaches me so much through birthing, just like you were saying, and through labor and birth. You were when you were speaking and you were talking about, our visions, our dreams, our businesses. I thought, when I'm with a woman in labor, a lot of times I'm prayerful. There's power, so much power in prayer. I always tell people I don't work alone. So I do not work alone. The Holy Spirit, we've been talking about the Holy Spirit, the Lord, he is always working with me, and I'm prayerful through that. But also when I'm walking with women spiritually through birthing their visions and their dreams, I'm prayerful also, because just like, and I come against that spirit of prematurity, or a premature death of a birth of a vision, because it is still applicable. There's so many applicable principles that can go from that realm to this realm. And so even there, that just triggered for me. And so, we speak life. We speak life to the vision of the ladies listening. We speak life, to what God has inside of them, and that they will nurture it and carry it to maturity.
That's good.
And that it will be birthed out at the appointed time that God has for it. So But so yeah, that's who I am, and that is what I do. I have a giveaway too. I don't know how whoever you see,
Okay.
I just got I have a book, but it's a collaborative book. So I wrote this with 8 women. So it's called She Who Listens to the Whispers. And the last sister that was speaking, tell me her name. I don't want to mispronounce her name. What was the name?
Desario McCrary.
Desario. She was talking about hearing from God. And that's really about she who listens to the whispers is about, God is always speaking, but sometimes we have to sit still enough to listen and hear him.
Right.
And so it's about, and there is so much power in our ability when we can hear from God and get on point and get into alignment with what he has for us to do. And so this book is about 8 different women's journey. I wrote a chapter in it. 7 other women wrote as well, but it's their journey. And it talks about them hearing from God and their process pretty much of coming to an alignment, their self-discovery journey with God and learning to hear his voice. And so, but I'll, whoever, first person to respond or however you want to do it, if you choose somebody, if there's anybody that,
baby, Liz, I'm gonna let them get their typing on. First one who puts on their hashtag she who listens gets
hashtag she who listens. So I will send them a book. I see somebody has it up.
Look, Miss Wynn got it in, baby. Miss Wynn got it in.
So if afterwards, if you help me get her address, I'll mail her a
Text
book.
it to me, Tanya.
Okay. And yeah, I'll send that out. I'll send it out on Monday. It's yours. So and so excited about that. So I wanted to just jump in, so I was working today, and ladies have encouraged me because I had one of those days, you know how it is at work, and it was just like busy, and I'm like, oh Lord, I need a minute to get with you and to get still and hear what it is you want to say today. And so I was doing it a little last night, but then I had some time to kind of sit still with the Lord, and I was thinking about you, Angela, as well. And what he kind of said to me was, I thought about the title of this event, and and married or single, I am a woman empowered. And I was like, okay, I was thinking about, I'm like, okay, Lord, what are you trying to say with this empowerment thing? And he said, substitute the words blessed to prosper for empowerment. And so I said, okay. He said, married or single, I am a woman that's blessed to prosper.
Ooh, that's good.
That is.
That's
so
good.
That's what I want to say to the sisters out here, married or single. You are a woman who is blessed to prosper. And I believe that God is invoking a blessing upon us today. And he's using Angela to do it. He's used you to bring all these powerful women together to bless, to prosper, and to empower other women. And while we're doing it and we're speaking, as you mentioned earlier in the last talk, when we're obedient, we also receive that blessing. It's a cycle.
Yes.
And so I had a little bit, I did a little research from there, and the word blessing is from the Hebrew root word, and I might be messing this up, or barak, and it means to invoke divine favor, to empower, to prosper, to make successful. And we can look at it in a couple of different ways. The blessing of the Lord can be looked at in a couple of different ways. And that can be like a covenant of God that overrides a curse. So the blessing can be looked at as and even an empowerment can be looked at as a covenant of God that overrides a curse. And so think about like, I started thinking about, generational curses, and, my mom always had diabetes, so now I'm suffering from it, or, this runs in our family, and poverty and all of those things. But we are empowered to override those generational curses. We are empowered to be the first one to go to school. We are empowered to be the first one in our families to write a book. We are empowered to be that first one.
Yes.
To get the college degrees, or whatever it is that God. Another word for an empowerment, I was thinking, is an anointing. And it's like, what has God anointed you to do? for such a time as this. And that blessing, anointing, empowerment, those can be used interchangeably. And the anointing or the blessing is also the anointing of God through which divine favor flows.
That's
the
good.
anointing of God. And so that thing which you are called to do by God, you have divine favor for.
Yeah, somebody put that in the chat. You got divine favor.
You have divine favor to accomplish that thing which God, just like, remember you were just talking with the last sister and you were talking about how, you put together the conference and y'all were practicing or whatever, and maybe you had some technical difficulties, you loaded, and then bam, it went straight through. And then everything's come together. The themes have come all together. See, that obedience, you have divine favor to accomplish this.
Amen.
So yeah, so that thing, that God has for the sister listening to do. I know there's a scripture and that talks about that creation is waiting for the manifestation of the Son.
Yeah. Oh,
Daughters
yes.
of Christ.
Yes.
Like,
It's not so, that's powerful, baby. Yes. It's kind of scary, really, when you think about it, but at the same time, you're just like, wow. Everything is waiting on you to get in alignment and
waiting
get
on you
yourself
to get in
together.
alignment.
Yes.
And then it's like boom, 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 boom. So it's waiting on you to step into who you are, to step into the fullness of who you are.
Yes.
As a son or daughter of the Most High God.
Yes. Come on. That's right. That's right. I'm glad. I love that.
And it's waiting to line up to help you produce. So you have divine favor. That's an empowerment. So married or
y'all
single,
better catch that. Yes, you better catch that.
You have divine favor to accomplish what God has called you to do.
Amen. Amen.
So and then I had another one. It says the blessing is also, or can be looked at as, the power of God to produce. You have the power of God to produce. I think when I go back to, in Genesis, or, in the beginning where God told Adam and Eve, or it says he blessed them, number one. And then he told them to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish the earth, and to subdue it. So, yeah, so that is good. Like, fruitful is to produce. To be fruitful is to produce. And then multiply, replenish the earth. So we have to have a dominion mindset. When God kind of calls us to a specific area.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this one.
Y'all put dominion mindset in that thing.
Dominion mindset. It's this one song, and I play it sometimes by Rihanna. She says, I came to win, to fly, to prosper, or what, so it's like, I didn't just come to be present.
Yes.
I came to take over.
You better come on, Taneesha, and say, I came to take over, baby. Not to be patty caking and playing.
My daddy is,
yes.
For the kingdom of God. He didn't just call me to a field to be average. Like, I'm a queen. I'm a daughter of the Most
Girl,
High
I want
God.
to run right now.
To take over.
I want to run right now because the mindset that you need when you are an empowered woman is to come in and take over. To have a dominion mindset, because he has put so much inside of you, baby. We weren't meant to be mediocre.
We was not meant to be mediocre. You were meant to rule, to have dominion over the earth.
Yes.
So,
I love it.
So that's an empowerment. That's the blessing of God, is that, he created the earth, but he gave man, and that's gender aside, that's us, dominion and power over it. So he's empowered us to rule. So it's not just to be here and, to be
just to be lollygagging and dragging and patty clacking and playing, baby. No, we're here to do some business and to take over and to make some things happen.
About my daddy's business, okay?
Yes.
And that means that, I'm empowered for leadership. And what, I came to go to the top for daddy. you know,
Yes,
so
absolutely. Because Shelly Mache was on earlier, and she's a women's change agent. And that's what I think
mm,
about when you step in and be about your business to affect
yeah,
change. And that's how empowered women empower women. When you come in with a mindset of
mm,
dominion, then you're helping your next sister once you get it, once it clicks, because it takes a
mhm,
while because we have been separated. And we got so much that clogs us and separates us from what God originally intended for us to do.
mhm,
When sin came in, and to me, sometimes I think that the airways have gotten so clogged up. Or I take a better example, since they were talking about COVID-19 and people
mhm,
going and having to be quarantined
mhm,
out in California, the smog has just tremendously dissipated
yeah,
because all those vehicles are not on the road. Well, to
mhm,
me now, because all of that is gone, you have a clearer,
ooh,
and you know what I'm saying? You're able to really
mhm,
get that vibe. You're able to download
mhm,
whatever you need because there's not so much clogging it up. So now fresh air can come to you. So now, you can experience, a better breeze. You can do so many other
mhm,
things because you don't have anything blocking it
talking
and
about,
clogging it up. So when you are in tune with what God has for you when it comes to dominion, when you know what he called you to be and you walk in it, there's nothing clogging you up from being great and coming in and disrupting the atmosphere.
and you know what? I started thinking, and this is one thing I so appreciate about you too, Angela. It's like, you know how sometimes when women get together, we can have like a scarcity mentality. And I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying I'm coming in, you come
Right.
into but there's room for us all. We all have a
Yes.
sphere of influence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
me, that doesn't take away from another sister, and I can still support another sister.
Mm-hmm.
I can still love and encourage and empower her, and that doesn't have any implication on the area that God has called me to, have
Right.
dominion in.
Right.
So and you embodied that, and that is so appreciated, because I also want to make that point. I was thinking too about qualities of a powerful woman, or qualities of an empowered women.
Mm-hmm.
Empowered women don't tolerate insecurity.
Mm. That's
Now
good.
we all have in transparencies.
Right.
We all have moments of insecurity,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't have to tolerate it, because we get to cast those thoughts down.
Mm-hmm.
We get to
You don't
choose.
wall up in that thing.
Yeah, we get to choose if we're gonna embody it or cast it away.
Right.
And we can cast those things down. So that's when I say we don't tolerate. Doesn't mean we
Mm-hmm.
don't have insecure moments, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't tolerate insecurity. And when you don't tolerate insecurity, then you can celebrate other sisters, and you don't have
That's
that
good.
scarcity mentality. And I
I
think
love it.
you really embodied that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah. And so another thing, I even in thinking about just powerful and empowered women, I think and themes coming in, and I think this all we talked about that, and it begins with the relationship with God,
Mm-hmm.
and that connection with him. I think, and that's where you learn who you are, and you learn how to walk
Mm-hmm.
in dominion, and you really start to that fog starts to clear up, that you talking,
Mm-hmm.
that you were just talking about, that
Mm-hmm.
fog. Your vision gets clearer
Mm-hmm.
in those moments. I know even today, like sometimes you just gotta have that moment with him. Like today, my day was like, it was just here, there,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. And I was just like, if I could just stop and get a moment with daddy, I can restructure this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I did, and
Mm-hmm.
I got it, and I'm back. And now I can talk
Mm-hmm.
to you.
Right.
But to be the empowered women, you have to, like, I have to go to my source. Like, what are you like from the power company? Like, NES, we don't get power to our house if it is not connected to the greater source of any NES. That's us. That's Nashville Electric Service for us. I don't know who y'all have in Georgia, but we got to be plugged into the right source. That is another important quality of an empowered woman, is
Mm-hmm. Plugged into the right
got to
source.
be plugged into the right source.
Somebody put that in that chat. Yes, get plugged into the right
Get
source.
plugged
Because it
into
makes
the
all the
right.
difference. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference to be plugged into the right source.
It does. It really does. And then, and you have to it makes all the difference to take time and nurture that relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To actually have that time, it makes all the difference in the world to me. So I can just pass that on to other sisters. I was also kind of thinking, you know, like I said, I had some qualities of kind of powerful women, or I was just kind of thinking of some qualities of empowered women. And these are in no particular order, but I had to put, you know, that relationship with God being first. And I also I have here that, you know, powerful women build their homes. Because in Proverbs, it talks about a wise woman buildeth her home, but a foolish woman plucketh it down.
Oh, yes. That's good.
So as women, we have to speak wisdom. You know, yes. Wisdom a lot of times is personified and embodied as a woman.
Yes, girl, I be telling people, girl, it's always I said this
the personification of wisdom.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. When I tell you now, really and truly, when I'm talking about just in being a woman, it's something about being a woman. And when God in the Bible, when they personify wisdom, which it says, you know, that's the highest level of what you're going to get, is to surpass just knowledge or education, but to get that wisdom. If that's what we embody, just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Just that the creation has positioned us to be equated with that. That's so powerful. In and of itself is powerful. And that's why I say, as an empowered woman, once you get it, once you understand the magnitude of what we have inside of us, once you understand the greatness that we were designed to be, girl, you better come on and preach. Linda, I know you're proud. Linda said, that's my baby girl. Come in and change the game. Come on, Linda. That's right, baby. Claim your child, because she is doing her thing tonight. Come on with it.
I know she was on here.
Girl, yes, baby. She's talking about she already putting the Q&A like that's my baby right there talking that stuff. Yes, get in there and get that dominion mindset. I love it.
You know, and definitely I have to give her props because, you know, actually, you know, it just, I was raised by a powerful woman. So that's where, you know, that's where it comes from. That helps. That definitely has helped me on my journey. But even talking about building our homes, that's what we, you know, with that, because I came from a generation of women who spoke wisdom to me, I'm able to speak wisdom to other women.
Yes.
So we, you know, so exactly, as like you said, we embody wisdom. God has placed us here to impart wisdom into the earth.
Yes. Pat said she over there shouting in Texas. Yes, girl, shout out. Because I'm in Georgia, honey, doing the same thing. Like, come on, girl. Yes.
You know, you think about that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, you know, as women, you know, and we're personified as wisdom. In the Bible, we talked about that. We are here to impart, like, the wisdom that we carry. We are here to impart God's wisdom on the earth. And you do that in your homes, with your children, you know, with your husband. And you know what? I think sometimes too, as women, we don't understand the influence that we have. We have so much influence power.
Oh, she's showing out tonight, Linda, girl. Yes, girl. You better tell them about the influence.
I mean, you know, sometimes you think you want to be in the front. You want to be, you know, the person, but that influence, the influence that you have as a woman.
Ooh, baby, if you know how to tap into that thing, yes, you gotta know how to tap into it.
It needs to be submitted to God, because if it's not, it can mess up a whole. Look at the position we in now. That's
thank you. Yes, when look, influence done the wrong way. Yes, we trying to get done the right way, but influence.
Exactly. So we gotta submit that thing to God. You know, but we have so much influence. You know. Just let me give you a little task. Like, okay, so just look, I'm gonna speak low so my husband don't hear me. Look,
y'all see me looking like I'm like, oh, come on with it.
I'm gonna give away no secrets, you know what I'm saying? But you know, just tell your sweetie what a good job he doing. You know what I'm saying? Just how you know, just encouraging, you know, with some of that wisdom, impart some of that wisdom and encourage him, you know, and see, won't that behave?
Baby, they will move the world. You hear me?
Steer towards what you
it's strategic. You got to be strategic, and you got to say something sometimes so nice and be like, baby, I just appreciate everything that you do, because I know that you out here doing what you do. And it's the
influence. You work so hard. Well, watch him come home and give you a few extra dollars. You just work so hard.
Thank you. Gotta go on. Yeah, Linda, she got that one from you, didn't she?
Yeah, I had to confess that one. Yeah.
Oh.
But yes, like, but it's so true. Like baby, you cut the grass so good. You know what I'm saying? Man, that yard looks so good. I love it when our yard look good. See, won't your grass get cut every 2 weeks?
And baby, I looked at everybody else's job, but baby, our grass looks so much better. I don't know what you do when you line it up, but boy,
Man, why you
woo.
just start, man. Okay. So, but influence power. Even when your children, there is power. We have a lot of power as women to influence change. And I'm using it jokingly, but we have the power to influence change, not only in ourselves, in our families, in our communities, and in the nation.
Yes.
And that's and understanding that, submitting to God and knowing how to use it for good is the qualities of an empowered woman. Let's see. Oh, and my mother laughs. You've been talking about my mom. My mom laughs at me because I have these confessions, right? And she, and she is look, and I'll say one of them. I'll be like, oh, that's one of my confessions. She's like, I'm gonna steal that. She's always stealing my confessions, but I
got you. Look, hey, Linda, sharing with us so we can all steal them, girl. Look, everybody get ready to put it down in the chat room. Come on and give us one of them.
I'm about to give y'all one because I thought about this. Well, I was thinking about power, and powerful women, and you brought together a lot of sisters that are entrepreneurs, and I was thinking, well, powerful women are usually wise in business and that type of thing. But I was like, and I'd be picking up stuff from different things. I was like, powerful women, they make money, manage money, and multiply money. So she
done showed out. That's why they was telling you earlier they was messing with you because she was coming in and dropping all that good word, girl. Look, did y'all catch it? Say it one more time, girl. Let me write that down.
Powerful women make money, manage money, and multiply money.
Woo! She's showing out to make money.
I say I'm with an attitude. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta own it. You gotta embody it. I'm like, I make money, manage money, multiply money.
Yes, girl. What you say, Jackie? M, baby. You make it, you manage, and you multiply it, baby. That's what we do with that dominion mindset.
That's what you do with a dominion mindset. That's what I laugh. My mother laughed. The one she steals from me because I used to say this when I was single. So Pearl, to the single ladies, I was saying this when I was single, and I wasn't necessarily feeling it, but I was saying it, okay? Because I worked very hard. Y'all done heard me say all this already. When you're a midwife, I mean, I get up in the middle of the night and take care of babies, clean up all kind of stuff. It's not. I might look all right now, but it's not that glamorous all the time. So,
I don't even know how these curls still up.
I don't even know how these girls still here. I do know, but I ain't gonna give y'all all my secrets.
Keep a little something to yourself, baby. Keep a little something to yourself.
So I was but a girl, I almost forgot what I was about to say. Look, I got tickled. But I was saying when I was a single, I even though I didn't feel it, and so one of my confessions to my mom that she stole is I would confess that I'm a well-kept woman. I mean,
oh, y'all be over there in Tennessee saying all that stuff, don't you, girl?
Look, I'm going to work, just struggle, tired, and everything, but I'll be like, I'm a well-kept woman. And I kept saying it, but you know what? Over time, my circumstances changed. And I started to feel that thing more and more. But my daddy is the main one who keeps me. And then I was realizing, like, but I am a well-kept woman.
Because he keeps you in perfect peace.
Married single. I'm a well-kept woman.
Yes. Woo, you better say that. Watch it manifest. You better go and tell a pad. Watch it. Y'all better go and claim it, ladies. Married or single. I'm a well-kept woman, baby.
Woman. But he'll keep you. He'll keep you in perfect peace. He'll keep you financially. Yes. He will keep you, and he has kept me and kept me well.
And kept you well because you're cute, girl. Look. look and smile and laugh and have a good time, girl. I'm saying though, that it says a lot because again, you have to speak those things that are not as
Uh,
though they were until it lines up. So you keep on speaking. So y'all don't underestimate the power of being able to say those things that you are trying to get manifested in your life. Look, girl, come on, honey, come on.
that is powerful. It will change the game. And that positivity and the we talked about the million and having that mindset in spite of your circumstances. Because you heard me say that's how we change. That's a quality of an empowered person. To see
Mm.
that positivity, to stick to it, to even when the circumstances look nothing
Mm-hmm.
like it, until
Mm-hmm.
it manifests and change. Because what'll happen is that's what you will start bringing in. And those
Ooh.
circumstances will start to change. And so, yeah, I have my confessions. I look, I ain't gonna tell look all of them, but my mother, she always stealing them. And because of what I be like, well, one day $1 million gonna be pocket change, So she's like, a pocket change. I said, yes,
Pocket
baby,
change, girl. I'm
pocket
down.
change,
I'm
girl.
with all that, baby. Would you look at that child boo? Look, how much is it, girl? Go and take that, girl. This little pocket
I'm
change.
talking about me if you want to when it's pocket change. I look, and I come back and give you my testimony about how I've been
Yes,
confessing.
thank you. What you say, baby? Look, don't let these curls fool you,
Don't
baby.
let
I
these
got some
curves
things.
fool
Look,
you.
yes,
So
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, so that is I was let me think here. I have I got here powerful women are generous, and I kind of talked about a little bit how we build strong communities, and we have the
Mhm.
power to influence change in our communities. And just like the qualities here, the sister you had before, she has the nonprofit
Mhm.
for single moms. What a powerful woman. She's making a difference and sharing her story and her triumphs with other women and helping them do the same. So, qualities of powerful women. Um, let's see, we talked about speaking wisdom already. I think we might have hit quite a few. Oh, I have here quite powerful women understand that their time is valuable and they use it wisely.
Ooh,
That
girl,
time thing is
yes.
woo.
That time thing, because you can't, because time is the one thing you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? You can lose money and you can make money back. You can, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things,
Mm-hmm.
but time when it's gone, baby, it's it.
Yes, it's it. Oh, you know what? I wanted to touch on this, and this is how I must say it like this because this is growth because this is growth because
Mhm.
like sometimes, but but it is a quality that is I have here. Powerful women make wise decisions in men.
Oh, that's good.
And that ain't always been my testimony. It's
Hmm.
become my
Hmm. But
testimony.
I'm saying that, you know what, and in the earlier ones, I think Indiana mentioned that, about, you get to a point where you want to be chosen so much that because you've been rejected, whether it was by a father or somebody
Mm-hmm.
else, to where you start dating the same guy all the time. It's the same spirit with a different face
Mm-hmm.
because your choices are bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're searching for something, and instead of going to who you need to go to, you're looking for it somewhere else. And so that's why it's always a bad choice, because they continue to show up the same way, because what you're looking for can't be satisfied in these men that you're choosing. But
Mm.
yes, once
And
you
that's
get
what you
hope,
talked about, that healing. That's what the ability to
yes,
make wise choices in man came from that healing. It came from
yes.
me filling that void where you talked about with my heavenly father,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
letting him kind of go in and heal those deep-seated areas of hurt and
Mhm.
pain,
Mhm.
so that I wouldn't continue in that cycle of insanity of
Yes.
making this, like you said, the same man with a different face, but it was like
Mhm.
over and over and over again, but not leading to the results that the desired results,
Right. Right.
and that type of thing. But when you get that, and when you find contentment, in him and with who you are, and you get
Mhm.
healed, and you find that happiness and joy, and when that healing comes, the ability to make the wise choices come. But so many women have found themselves in a place with the wrong
Mhm.
man that has caused very detrimental consequences in their
Mhm.
life. So empowered women though, and when we get to that, and we can pray at the end of this, but we praying that blessing on you. Empowered women though, as we grow and we mature, we make wise decisions in the end.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Let's see if I had any we talked about, I think we might have hit most of one. Oh, now I do have this one. Now this one you people might feel some kind of way about, but I put powerful women dress with intention. You know, and it's not to be superficial in any way, because God is more concerned with the inner quality. But if you think of a queen, and if you have that queen mindset, you know, then
absolutely.
Then, you know, you embody that respect, that dignity.
It's a shift. I mean, you know, we talked about it, you know, earlier. It's a shift in how, because if you, what they say all the time, you know, for those of who you've been in network marketing, but you know, you gotta, if you want something different, you gotta, if you want what somebody else, what they don't have, you got to do what they aren't willing to do. And the thing about it is, if you consider yourself a queen, then you operate in a queen behavior. And so that means that as you become empowered, you start lining up with the way that what you're trying to attract to yourself. So it means that some things will change, but again, those all things come with growth, because to become an empowered woman, you have to grow from being an immature mindset to a mature mindset. You have to go from, you know, I'm gonna cuss you out today, to, you know what, I'm just going to let God handle you, and I'm going to pray about it and going about my business. You have to come from, you know, spending your money all over the place and living from paycheck to paycheck, to, okay, let me put some things in place to where I got money that's going to keep lasting and building and growing until we're in a good place. But all of those come from, because we've all been there. You know, we've all been in positions where we've made bad choices, bad decisions, you know, did some things. But yes, as you become empowered, then those things start changing. Then you start looking at legacy and being able to, you know, do the what was it, make money, manage money, and multiply money. Then you look at, you know, how you dress to attract who you're looking for. So it's the things that, girl, you was all up on that thing, wasn't you, girl? He was just down low, like, just coming on in. Look.
Okay, yeah, it came. At first I was struggling, but it, you know, Daddy came through with a word. But you know, it's true though, because like you said, now we can't be more concerned with the outside than we were with the inside. We need to become more concerned with the inside. So I'm not saying that, but just like, but we can carry ourselves in a way, you know, we are worthy of honor. You are worthy of respect, and you can command that, you know. Yes. And so you can carry yourself in a way that commands that respect. And that, you know, you when a certain powerful businesswoman walks into the room, you know, she usually,
people pay attention.
People pay attention, and she usually is command. You like, oh, okay, I see.
Wait a minute, you came up here like a boss, like a jigger, like it was finna. Because do you know what? Certain people who have a certain presence about themselves can walk into any place and people automatically go to them. And they may not, baby, I don't know nothing about these people. But because of your presence and how you showed up, how you entered the room, people automatically assumed that you were somebody who knew what was going on. So when things happen, they draw to you because you carry yourself as if, I'm confident enough to know that if anything happens, then I know what I need to do to get to the next place or position or level or whatever. Whether this is your arena or not, but because of how you are, it just shows up no matter where you go.
And you know what, when people command that type of respect that you're talking about, and you know, when they have that presence, that shift, it really is more a reflection of what's going on inside a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like that really, so a lot of times even too that, and it can work both ways, that it sometimes is a reflection of internally, you know, what's going on the inside is actually being reflected there. And I can use it vice versa. I mean, there's sometimes when, you know, I may not feel 100%,
Mm-hmm.
Or we can just use it, think about now. I mean, all of us, we've been on quarantine, and usually, I mean, have my hair in my braids, and, got my pajamas on, have my pajamas on for 2 days. And then you just be like, okay, no, let me get dressed.
Let me get up and get myself
Let me
together.
get myself together. Let me put on maybe a little bit of lipstick. Let me comb my hair, and you feel better. When you feel better, like
Yes.
then you change even, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel empowered.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You feel empowered. So sometimes I've done it in the reverse. I've just, even when I didn't feel like it, I went ahead and got myself together, and then I noticed when I was confident, when I am like,
He
okay,
said, look.
your swag come back.
Now look, then it come to me like, look, look, what you say? Look, sister, clean up good. Okay, look. So now we can go out and conquer. Now we can go out and slay the day, baby. We can go conquer the world.
Then your mindset come back because you be forgetting for a second. But
yes,
it can change. Even saying when you feel good about that, or how you're then you again you can be confident and again walk in a room empowered.
exactly. And it's funny that you said that about the environment and how you carry yourself, because I think Monica was on earlier and she was saying that, sometimes when you're having challenges in your household with your significant other or children or whatever, but if you change your environment, if you put on some classical music or some soft jazz or something, what could be a conversation that can make you, raise your voice and start, really being very aggressive. It's hard when you have a different vibe set. It changes how you show up and how you interact. Same thing for when you change your appearance to where you feel better about yourself. However, from pajamas or sweatpants or whatever to cleaning up and put some makeup on or fixing your hair or put on your favorite outfit or whatever, it changes how you represent yourself. It changes, even the clarity of your thoughts fall in line because you just start embodying whatever it is you're trying to, accomplish. So definitely, girl, you've been dropping them nuggets tonight, boo. Yes.
I do a little something there now and then, But
all the time.
I was also thinking, this wasn't on my little sheet here. I have, but I was thinking also, empowered women read. That is a game changer. I think and I haven't always really been a reader until these last, I would think maybe about 5 or 6 years. I try to read it at least 3 books a month, probably sometimes more, sometimes, but it's that mindset again. It really does help you grow, and that type of thing. And so, and then we're in an information, age. And so it's so much information available. And what they say, knowledge is power, so empowered people seek knowledge. Whether that is continuing education, whether that's going to conferences, whether that's attending things like we are attending right now, empowered women seek knowledge through reading, through multiple revenues, but we're lifelong learners, and empowered people continue to seek that knowledge, and they understand the power in knowledge to change, to create change, and to accomplish their desired result. So that is another big quality.
I love it. I love it. It's so funny that in the midst of, because we've been going, like I said, everybody has been so good, with their information. And so I told everybody that I had the conference t-shirts made. So it is the gold crown with the empowered women, empower women. Yes, I'm gonna send you all a link here. So we got that. We got, because it's an empowered woman kit. So the kit, I think, is $67, but it comes with a t-shirt. It comes with your empowered woman tote. It comes with a digital empowered woman planner, and then for the ebook is going to give you affirmations and actions, but I'm gonna tell you that there's 9 qualities. And so it's so funny because it's very similar to what you said, but I said that for empowered women, they're educated, they're
Mm.
motivated, they're purposeful, they're original. You're an original. I don't care, baby.
Yes,
Like, cause
I
somebody
like
else said
that.
earlier, nobody's like you, baby. Not no one fingerprint is just like anybody else's. You're
Yes,
wealthy, and not just financially wealthy, but wealthy in every area of your life. You're
yes,
empathetic because you know how to, see how people feel and be able to adjust yourself accordingly. You're
yes.
resilient. And somebody talked about being, I think Natalie talked about being resilient
Mm.
earlier.
That's good.
Entrepreneurial, as you
Yes.
said, about going out here and making sure
Mhm.
multiple streams of income and things like that, and then very disciplined.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
all
good.
those line
That
up with what
discipline
you.
is good.
Yes, so it's things, but I'll share the link later. And I told everybody, as far as all of your information, emails will go out to everybody with everybody's information so they can follow up
Okay.
and all that, so everybody that registered can have it. But just looking at the qualities of an empowered woman positions us to you know do even more because we get it on a different level. And like you said, when you operate from a abundance mindset and not a scarcity mindset, you already have transition over to how you
Mhm.
think,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
makes a big difference when all you think about is it's not enough out here. But I mean, I firmly believe that everybody has their place, and it's enough for all of us to win and to shine and to do better. And if you shine, and you just make my stuff even brighter, we shine together.
Yeah.
Pat says empowered women do not suffer
Yeah,
lack.
I gotta meet Miss Pat. I'm
Miss
gonna have to
Pat
meet
is
you.
showing out there in Texas. Pat, what part of Texas are you
We
in?
appreciate you.
Jazz, boy, look, she's dropping it. She on the back end dropping it.
Right. We gotta come from the front end, and Miss
Oh, she's
Pat
from
gotta come.
Katy. Okay, all right.
Awesome. We appreciate her. Yeah. I'm gonna be looking out for you, Miss Pat, in the group.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was telling everybody, make sure go to I Am a Woman Empowered. So that's on Facebook. That's the group, and we want to just connect to continue to grow. I think that this was the first virtual conference that I did, and I wanted to probably do it again, maybe in the fall. And then I think Jessica mentioned maybe we should get together and do a retreat
Oh,
where we
I
can
saw
all
that.
come
I told
together.
you, I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. I would love it.
Yes, that would be
Definitely.
nice. Out in Pigeon Forge somewhere, girl, in a cabin somewhere, girl, look, having us a catered meal, have somebody come in and get us a chef to, make sure we're good while we are doing our thing.
Yeah. I'm
Absolutely.
excited.
Sounds good. So now let's in talking about, you start out with a book and everything, but tell us about the experience that you had with doing the book with the other ladies. How did you like it?
Well, you know what? You heard people say my mom was on here. So the collaborative book was actually the vision of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so she brought together eight women of different backgrounds, different ages, even different religious backgrounds, and all eight different women.
Mm-hmm.
And to talk about their journey, their journey of self-discovery. And a lot of times when you bring together women, sometimes it can be or people, there's the idea that there's something, sometimes we can be a little divish and all that kind of stuff, but we
Mm-hmm.
really that we didn't have that experience. It was an experience very much like this experience has been a positive sisters with a lot of wisdom to
Mm-hmm.
share, and all coming together, encouraging each other, and then producing a product that we're all very proud of, that can
Mm-hmm.
encourage and impart wisdom, again, as we talked about, in other women. So really, it did come together to be a very beautiful project, and I'm proud. We're actually working on our next
Oh,
yeah, we're working on our next project, and so that is to come. It's going to
baby,
also
your
be.
mama don't let grass grow up on her feet, do she,
She
girl? She
doesn't. We're
moving,
working
yeah.
on our next project, and it's also going to be a monologue with that. So there's going to
Oh,
be,
good.
a kind of a play or a monologue that
Oh, that's
goes
gonna
with
be
the
nice.
with the
Okay.
book. So yes, they posted it. That'll be coming out probably in March of 2021. So
Okay. All right.
yeah, so we're working on our next project as well. I won't release the name to that one yet because we're still working on it, but it's going to be good, and it's another women's empowerment.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you, thank you so
Yes,
much. So
that is
I'm
good. Everybody say
excited. I'm
congratulations.
excited about it, and I'm excited about those that are participating. It's another amazing group of women coming together as well. So and
Good.
then you know what? It also we're stretching ourselves even to do
Mm-hmm.
the monologue and to practice. We got actors coming in helping us and things like that.
Oh,
But
oh, look at
yeah,
y'all, girl. Yes.
man.
Tyler Perry better be on the lookout, baby, because look, he might find some stars down there, girl, doing things.
So I mean, it's really exciting. So, but again, just when women, we also really creative, and
Yes.
that's
Mm-hmm.
another, God, we're talking about be fruitful and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
We have the creative power of God with us, and
Mm-hmm.
we actually co-create with Him. And so, anyway, but so it was an amazing experience.
Good.
And I mean, if anybody's interested, I'm on Facebook. I'm Taneesha Reynolds-Douglas. You can just message me on Facebook. I have a supply. I'll send it out to you. I'm just kind of doing them for myself from me. So you can just order it. If anybody wants to connect, stay connected with me. I have a YouTube channel called Don't Forget Your Pearls.
And please, I was just getting ready to tell you, I share a little bit about that because you skimmed on over that. I mean, we went from midwife and then she just went start dropping stuff. So so she didn't say nothing about what she does on the other end. So yes, share that,
I keep
please.
pretty busy, but I'm gonna have some new content coming out here soon. I'm working on updating, but it's still some good older content on there that as far as more empowerment speech, but it's called Don't Forget Your Pearls. So Don't Forget Your Pearls on YouTube. You can subscribe and follow me on YouTube. New content coming soon. I kind of took a break for a while, but I'll get back. I'm getting back on it. So Don't Forget Your Pearls on YouTube. I'm also Don't Forget Your Pearls on Instagram.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pearls again representing wisdom. As you can, I try to drop and impart wisdom on women. And then I'm just Taneesha Reynolds-Douglas on Facebook. So you can follow me on any of my social media for regular motivation and empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And just to I love to mentor. I love to just walk with women. Like I said, midwife means with women for a lifetime, and so I feel
Mm.
that it's the call of my life to walk with women while they birth their babies, but while they birth their dreams and who it is that God has called them
Yes.
to be. So if you wanna connect and be a part and or just stay connected, I would greatly appreciate it. So that's how you can get in contact with me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And y'all make sure you check out. I mean, as humble as she is doing amazing things and she is putting out content and just super supportive and encouraging. Y'all already said, like I said, beautiful on the inside and out.
Oh,
I mean, from the
thank
first time I
you.
met her, I just of course I really loved your mom. And then, just to meet you was just like yes, the apple don't fall far from the tree, baby. Yes, when they say it, they mean that thing. So yes. So, but thank you for showing up and coming on and sharing those. Because I mean, we got us some nice little confessions to make, ladies. Because we well kept women. We are out here making money, managing money, and multiplying money, baby. So listen, if you ain't got yourself together, y'all need to start speaking those things so we can get ourselves all the way
All
together so
together.
that it can manifest like we needed to manifest. You hear
Yeah.
me? So yes, thank you again. And Tanya, I've got her. So I'll send you her
Yeah,
address for the
can you
book.
just send me her send me her
Mhm.
information, and I'm gonna send her out her book this early next week, like Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna get your book sent to you, Miss Tanya. Thank you so much for
Fantastic.
replying, and thank you for your support.
Yes, good. So